We all know that celebrities are just like us except richer, more famous, and in some cases, a lot worse at lying. Whether it's fibbing their way into elite colleges, faking accents, or straight up inventing tragic life events, these stars have all been caught red-handed. Buckle up, because we're diving into the most embarrassing time celebrities got exposed for lying. Lori Loughlin's college admission scandal. Fake rowers, real prison time. College admissions, the time-honored tradition of stressing over SAT scores, writing essays, and, if you're Lori Loughlin, casually paying $500,000 to secure your kids a spot. In 2020, the world learned that some wealthy parents were skipping the hard work and instead bribing their children's way into prestigious universities. Loughlin and her husband shelled out a jaw-dropping $500,000 to ensure their daughters, Olivia Jade and Isabella, got into the University of Southern California as rowing recruits. The only problem? Neither had ever rowed a boat, not even in a backyard pool. To make the lie extra convincing, they even staged fake rowing photos. But when the scam was exposed, the backlash was brutal. Olivia Jade, who was already an influencer, faced immense scrutiny, and her mom ended up in prison. Lori eventually pled guilty to conspiracy charges, earning herself a 2-month prison sentence, 2 years of probation, $150,000 fine, and 250 hours of community service. Oh, and she also lost her spot on Fuller House. No amount of bribery could bring Aunt Becky back after that. Felicity Huffman's SAT shenanigans. Another celeb who took a shortcut to academic success was Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman. Unlike Loughlin, Huffman kept things slightly more low-key, coughing up $115,000 to improve her daughter's SAT scores. That's one way to ensure your kid gets into college, though most people just hire a tutor. She even planned to do the same for her younger daughter, but had a last-minute change of heart. Maybe her conscience kicked in, or perhaps she realized that bribery was still illegal. Either way, when the truth came out, Huffman pled guilty and served 14 days in prison. She also had to issue a very public apology, admitting she had indeed paid to tweak those test scores. While Huffman and Loughlin were among the most famous names in the scandal, they were far from alone. The case exposed a whole underground industry of wealthy parents using money, bribes, and Photoshop to get their kids into elite schools. Just imagine if they had put this much effort into actually studying. Lindsay Lohan's haunted morgue experience. From 2007 to 2012, Lindsay Lohan had more run-ins with the law than most people have speeding tickets. Her multiple DUIs landed her a unique punishment community service at the LA County Morgue. The idea was to give her a real-life look at the consequences of reckless behavior. Spooky and educational. But Lindsay later claimed that her time in the morgue came with an extra horror movie twist. In an interview, she said she had to personally roll the body bag of none other than Whitney Houston. Sounds dramatic, right? Well, TMZ fact-checked it and discovered that Whitney Houston was never even in a body bag and that no community service workers ever came in contact with her remains. So either Lindsay was lying or the morgue was covering up some supernatural activity. Either way, this tale belongs in a Final Destination movie, not a courtroom. Lance Armstrong's 13-year lie. For years, Lance Armstrong was cycling's golden boy. He won the Tour de France 7 times and inspired millions with his comeback story. But behind the scenes, he was fueling his victories with more than just determination. Performance-enhancing drugs played a massive role. For 13 years, Armstrong denied all allegations of doping, aggressively shutting down accusations. But in 2013, he finally came clean in an emotional interview with Oprah Winfrey, admitting he had used banned substances throughout his cycling career. The fallout was swift and brutal. Armstrong was stripped of all 7 of his Tour de France titles and lost $75 million in sponsorships in a single day. Ouch. He also had to settle lawsuits, including one with an insurance company that wanted back the $3 million they had paid him in bonuses. The moral of the story: cheating doesn't pay, at least not forever. Martha Stewart's stock market shenanigans. Martha Stewart, the queen of home decor and baking took a detour into the world of insider trading, and it didn't end well. In 2001, Stewart sold nearly 4,000 shares of Inclone Systems stock based on insider information from her broker. The next day, the stock tanked, which made her quick sale look very suspicious. Authorities soon caught on, and Stewart found herself facing 9 felony counts, including fraud and obstruction of justice. After a 6-week trial, she was convicted and sentenced to 5 months in prison, followed by 2 years of supervised release and 5 months of house arrest. While some might expect a scandal like this to ruin a career, Stewart made a remarkable comeback, even joking about her time in prison. Turns out, a few months behind bars wasn't enough to keep a queen like Martha down. Paula Abdul's mysterious plane crash. If a celebrity gets into a plane crash, it's big news. Except Paula Abdul's supposed 1992 crash never made the headlines. Why? Because it probably never happened. According to Abdul, she was in a 7-seater plane flying from St. Louis to Denver when the engine exploded, forcing a crash landing in a cornfield. She even claimed the injuries led to 15 spinal surgeries and forced her to take a 7-year career break. The issue? There's zero record of any such plane crash. No reports, no witnesses, no news coverage. And considering Abdul was a major pop star at the time, it's unlikely such an event would go unnoticed. Even in 2023, she was still sticking to her story, despite mounting skepticism. If this crash did happen, then the world's best cover-up team deserves an award. Millie Bobby Brown's makeup mishap. Millie Bobby Brown, loved for her role in Stranger Things, took her acting skills to the next level in a skincare tutorial by pretending to use products that she wasn't actually applying. In the now infamous video, Millie enthusiastically demonstrated her skincare routine, except her makeup never came off, and her hands stayed completely dry. Fans immediately called her out, and the internet had a field day with her exaggerated pantomime. To be fair, Millie was young, and it seemed like an innocent mistake. She later apologized, admitting she was still learning how to present beauty content. Unlike some of the other scandals on this list, hers was more cringeworthy than criminal. Hilaria Baldwin, fake Spanish heritage. Hilaria Baldwin, wife of Alec Baldwin, built a brand around her Spanish heritage. She spoke with an accent, taught yoga, and even forgot the English word for cucumber on live TV. There was just one problem: she's not Spanish. In 2020, internet sleuths discovered that Hilaria was actually Hillary from Boston, and her parents only moved to Spain when she was 27. The fake accent? Gone. The Spanish upbringing? Completely fabricated. When confronted, she claimed she had a deep connection to both cultures. Moral of the story? If you're going to fake an identity, maybe don't do it in the age of Google. And there you have it, folks, some of the most jaw-dropping, laugh-out-loud, and downright bizarre celebrity lies ever caught in the spotlight. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And if you want more juicy celebrity stories, weird conspiracies, or just a good laugh, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep your lies small and your receipts big. See you soon.